Yo, Elliot! Okay, so we got a question from our buddy Marius J, who invested in my advanced 5x5 training routine, and he's loving it so far. It's only been 2 days, but he wants to know what he should do on his off days. How should he proceed in resting on rest days, especially when he's looking to take advantage of every opportunity, basically every single day that he can, to become a stronger version of himself. What does he do on those days that he's not actually training? Really good question, and one that I have a very strong opinion about. Those rest days could also be dubbed parasympathetic days, right? So when we go to the weight room or we go out to the track to run, we lift weights, all the things that we do to stimulate growth, we're stimulating the branch of the autonomic nervous system, which is called the sympathetic branch. That basically means fight or flight. We're engaging in very aggressive yang activities, right? On the other end of the spectrum, which is about 50% of the game, is your body's ability to recover from that. If you are imbalanced even to the slightest, instead of 50-50, you're going like 60-40, 60% crushing it, balls to the wall, sympathetic activity overload, and 40% parasympathetic, your gains will slow down. You will ultimately hit a roadblock that you're going to have to backtrack and make up for. But if you do as I'm going to suggest right now and take advantage of those days that you have off to purposefully stimulate the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system. This is your building, this is your anabolic branch of the autonomic nervous system, which stimulates growth hormone, testosterone, all the anabolic pathways, right? If you take full advantage of those days by switching the type of activities that you do, you will grow stronger faster, and you will have a more even distribution of strength throughout the 4 layers. You'll be physiologically stronger, energetically stronger, and obviously neuromuscularly stronger. So your muscles will get stronger, your viscera, your organs, your physiology will be stronger and healthier, and your mind and energetic processes will be healthier and stronger. So what do you actually do? The very first, easiest way to go about stimulating the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system so that you can benefit in this through these anabolic pathways is to take a walk. Is to simply walk. Not sprint, not power walk with dumbbells in your hand. Just wake up a little earlier on the days that you're not weight training and go for a walk. Preferably if you have access to an area where there's nature. I live very close to the water, so I go down and I walk right along the pier. I spend about an hour, I go walk along the pier and walk back. I usually use that time, about an hour a day, to also listen to audiobooks. So I'm not only stimulating the anabolic pathways, I'm also stimulating my mind with new ideas. I'm actually re-listening to Mastery by Robert Greene. Last week I finished reading the Icarus Deception by Seth Godin. Both really good books that I would invite you to read or to listen to while you do what I'm asking you to do. Then later on in the day, when you would have typically gone and beat the crap out of your muscles with the barbells and the dumbbells and whatever it is that you're using to grow stronger, you know, you're using 5x5, so it's probably going to be barbells. Engage in, and this is what I do, engage in a very serious session of myofascial release, stretching, and both of those fall under the banner, and deep breathing, all 3 of those fall under the banner of bioenergetics, right? You're stimulating anabolic pathways, reducing neurotic holding patterns, and deepening your breath by doing some of the things that I'm going to share with you. Today I was just marveling at, or being steeped in gratitude for 3 of my favorite tools at my gym for doing what I just described to you. The very first one that I'll share with you, and you've seen this in other videos, and I kind of made some adjustments to it, is my bioenergetic stool, which you can make. It's very easy. I've made other videos about how you can make this thing, but it's just a bar stool with a stick attached to it so that it helps you get on and off when you do the exercises that you'll see in my other videos. Just search my channel. You guys that are new here, search my channel for deep breathing and bioenergetic videos. I've made them. And then what I've started doing recently is I've been using this PVC core foam roller to open up the thoracic and open up the hips when I lean over it. It's far more aggressive than just using the rolled up blanket, right? So that being said, this is two tools in one. I also use this foam roller to roll out my legs, to roll out my upper back, roll out my neck, my chest, really to release a lot of the toxins built up from training, but also the neurotic holding patterns associated with mental, emotional stress that we're all carrying. The other two, right, which are, now we're getting really deep into bioenergetic release, are these two, right? And what I'm sharing with you here, you're not gonna find anywhere really. I mean, most strength and conditioning coaches, most personal trainers, most bodybuilders, powerlifters, they're familiar with these ideas to a degree, but what I'm offering you is to take it one step further and to really treat this stuff like it's a part of your training, because it's just as important as stimulating the sympathetic branch of the nervous system. To be catabolic all the time leads to what? Breakdown, consistent breakdown. What I'm inviting you to do and telling you you need to do is to work on the other end of the spectrum and treat it with as much focus, concentration, and seriousness as you do your weight training. Okay, you've seen me use this before. This one I'm so grateful for. It's just a little basketball from Walmart, and I lay over it right where my stomach is, right? My belly button and just a little bit lower. I lay on the floor, lay over it, and exhale, focusing on the exhale to massage all the muscles deep within my belly and pelvic floor so that I can breathe into my balls. You get that? So you guys are starting to understand what I mean when I say that. I mean, break up all the all the neurotic holding patterns within all the extra respiratory muscles, beginning with the jaw, the chest, right? What we do with this here, and down in the belly and the pelvic floor, right? Now, I once heard a good friend of mine and mentor say that there are 3 sets of balls. You've got 3 sets of balls, right? We tend to think that we just got the balls between our legs, right, men? But he talks often about, his name's Dr. Glazier, he's a mentor of mine, talks about how, you know, the release of energetic tension, neurotic holding patterns up around the jaw, the neck, you know, and the chest is great, and we do that by laying on the stool. So we're releasing the energetic tension in our eyeballs. First set of balls. Second set of balls, and this is Elliott Hulse original, is using this to break up the tension around your belly, right? And this is all tension that you'll build up from your weight training and just from life in general. And that helps you breathe into your balls, right? Breaking it all up, we're bringing it lower. But ultimately, to really ground yourself, you've got to have soft, supple, open feet, because those are the roots of your existence, your legs, your feet. It's what you stand on. And I use this, and I've made a really weird video once because I was in a weird mood, about how to use this, the TP footballer, to roll your foot out. And I can spend a good 15-20 minutes just laying my foot down and allowing pressure on different areas throughout from the heel out to the tip of my toes, really massaging and breaking up the neurotic holding patterns within the feet, which affords you deeper breathing capacity and a more grounded, energetic strength. So that's it, dude. Treat your off days not like days where you just sit around. Sitting around and playing video games, sitting around and watching TV, and sitting around in general is like training, but you can call it anti-training. Because when you sit down, you're tightening up everything associated with what you want to open so that you can breathe deeper, so that you have more energy, so that you can train like a badass on the next day, right? Sitting in a flex position with your hips and your poor posture is not just not doing something, it is doing something. It's fucking you up even more. So take this shit very seriously, my friends. Continue to grow stronger. Peace. Yo, Elliot.